Good morning, Florida Keys. Imagine spending your vacation beachside. We're going to be showing you the 5 keys to a perfect Florida vacation.
Each of the 5 Florida Keys regions line up along a beautiful stretch of coastal highway.
Every island is unique. It has its own demographics and combination of, whether it's artists or fishermen or writers or dreamers.
So where does our trip begin? With the number 1, of course. Highway 1, to be exact. And our first stop, Key Largo. One of the best attractions here at Key Largo is this, the African Queen. She was built in 1912, and in 1951, she co-starred alongside Humphrey Bogart and Katharine Hepburn. This is one of the many attractions on the beautiful island of Key Largo. The African Queen has had many adventures since appearing in the movie. Today, visitors to the island can charter the African Queen to learn about her history and about the island where she resides.
The beautiful reef out here makes it really special. It's sunny like this 350 days a year. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but it's pretty good.
Now, this is not an exaggeration. Key Largo is famous for being the diving capital of the world. Home to the first underwater state park, sea life is abundant and waiting to be explored. So what's next? Alemera.
You're going to feel something on the other end, pull on it,
Okay.
and that's going to be your key.
Do I do this thing?
Right, turn the handle.
Captain Randy has been fishing in these waters for over 38 years. But these days, he understands it's not about catching the biggest fish.
Look at the size of this thing.
Yes!
You're making memories. You're sharing stuff with friends and family when people come, and that's what it's all about. And it could be from catching something this big to 5 feet long. It just doesn't matter. You're on the water. You're in the Florida Keys. There are experiences that people get to have when they come here that they don't get anywhere else.
Another experience you can't get anywhere else, Robbie's of Alemera, home of tarpon feeding.
Here we go. We lined up to toss bait to these silver kings of the sea while fighting off hungry pelicans. And then we hit the road.
Next stop, Marathon.
In Marathon, you can interact with dolphins at the Dolphin Research Center, feed stingrays at aquarium encounters, and take a tour of the turtle hospital. It's a fully equipped facility dedicated to rehabilitating injured sea turtles and returning them to their natural habitats.
Betty Zirkelbeck is the manager of the turtle hospital.
The turtle hospital is a great example of positive ecotourism. It's a win-win for our island community, for the sea turtles.
And if you're lucky, you can even witness a turtle release, a true crowd favorite. Our journey continues over the 7-mile bridge where we reach Big Pine Key, a place where you can expect the unexpected.
It's just the excitement of the unknown. You never know what you're going to see out here.
Bill Keogh of Big Pine Kayak Adventures is a naturalist guide who has led kayak tours for over 2 decades. He wrote the book on paddling adventures, literally.
When you got a view like this, it's what they call a teachable moment. People really connect with this unique environment when they're out here.
We parked our paddles and continued our journey on Highway 1. It was the sound from a shell that signaled our final stop. Meet Clinton Curry, a 7th-generation self-described Key West conch. He's the perfect ambassador for this irreverent, southernmost subtropical paradise.
Must-sees in Key West. As far as museums go, we have the only presidential museum in the state of Florida, the Harry S. Truman Little White House. We have the Mel Fisher Treasure Museum. We have the Ernest Hemingway home. Of course, up here on top of the shipwreck lookout tower, you get a spectacular view of the surrounding waters. And one of the other best, of course, you got to go down to the southernmost point in the continental United States.
This is it. This is the southernmost point of the continental U.S., right here in Key West. We're about 90 miles from Cuba and 150 miles from Miami. This is the spot where families come to take pictures to capture their memories of being here in Key West. So now our journey ends and our departure begins. But I'll confess, it's hard for me to make my detour from Highway 1.
The most famous of Florida Key residents, Mr. Ernest Hemingway, said it best.
Where a man feels at home, outside of where he's born, is where he's meant to go. The Florida Keys. It stays with you and leaves an internal souvenir that, when unlocked, reminds you of your seaside home.